In this movie, we'll start to focus in on the lips. So let's zoom in. Press Command plus on a Mac, Control plus on a PC. That's a really nice and easy, simple way to zoom in. Then press the spacebar key and click and drag to reposition the image near the top part of the screen so that you have good posture, so you're sitting up, you're looking up. All right, well, let's create a new layer. We're going to do that by way of shortcut. You know the shortcut, right? Shift Command N on a Mac, Shift Control N on a PC. We'll name this new layer Lips. Next, we're going to grab one of our tools. We're going to go for the Clone Stamp tool, and we'll have a normal blend mode. Opacity a little bit lower, actually somewhere around 70 or so will probably be kind of nice, maybe a little bit below that. And sample all layers. Our brush, we're going to make sure we have no hardness. Nice soft edge brush here. I'm going to zoom in even further. And then I'll hold down the Option key on a Mac, Alt key on a PC. And what I'm looking to do is just change the shape or the line or the edge of the lip just a little bit. Now, this is pretty subtle. Yet sometimes these subtle little adjustments help out. Here's our before and after, as you can see. Next, I'll lower my opacity a bit more by pressing the 4 key, going to 40%. And I'll go ahead and just brighten up the corner here a bit. And I'm just modifying this edge over here. I'll press the 5 key to go to 50%, brighten this up a touch more. And again, here's my before and after. Subtle yet significant. Let's work on this area down here. Go ahead and make our brush size a little bit bigger. And what I'm going to do is just look to try to change the overall shape that I'm seeing down here. Again, just making my way through this portion of the image. A little bit smaller brush size. And hold down the Option key on a Mac, Alt key on a PC. And the intensity of this edge is going to be defined by the sharpness of my brush. So if I want a little bit more defined edge, I'd need a sharper brush and higher opacity. Let's try it 100%. Now when I go up to 100%, what we're going to start to see is I can really just trim off that edge down there. So here's my before and after, really reshaping the way that looks. Yet the problem with that is we get a little bit of interesting color issues going on. We can always fix those, right? Lower our opacity. We can do some cloning on top of that, or for that matter, we can reach for another one of our tools, like the healing brush, sample all layers, and we can go in underneath that and really just fix up the different tones that we're seeing there. And it's not a bad idea to be able to do that right on top of some of these other retouching little bits that we've done. All right, well, so far so good. We're making some progress, just changing the way the overall lips are shaped and whatnot. And I still have this area right here I'm not completely satisfied with because I don't like how that edge looks. It's a little bit too white right there. Well, I'll grab my brush tool. I'm going to create a new layer. I'll create a new layer simply by clicking on the new layer icon. You know, there's so many different ways you can do things. Yet another way to do that, we'll call this lips color. And then we'll hover over the image, hold in the Option key on a Mac, Alt key on a PC, and we're going to sample a color from this photograph. You can see that I've picked a color there. And then I'm going to go ahead and just start to paint. And I'm going to add a little bit of color here because that area was just a touch too white. You can see that I'm building this edge out. Now here's my before and after. Now that's a pretty subtle little enhancement. I have a nice low opacity, but it's nice, right? It just kind of built that edge out there. And here we have our before and after overall lips, before and then after. Just simplifying a touch. Well, let's work on this side over here. We'll click in that lips layer, grab another one of our tools like the Clone Stamp tool, all layers, nice low opacity. Hold in the Option key on a Mac, Alt key on a PC, make the brush bigger. So Option key on a Mac, Alt key on a PC, and sample an area, make that brush a little bit smaller by pressing the left bracket key. And then we're just going to go ahead and make our way over here on this side. Make my brush a little bit bigger so I have just a softer transition there. And again, it's going to be contingent upon the makeup and the skin and all those kind of things. But I just want to try to tighten this edge up over here a little bit. Press 0 to go to 100%. And just get that edge worked out there a little bit. Here's my before and then after. Just tightening it up just a touch. All right, well, that's looking pretty good. Let's zoom out a little bit and see if we're going in a good direction. Overall lips before and then after. All right, so far so good. We've done a little bit of cleanup work on those lips, and I think they're looking okay. Next, let's enhance the lips a little bit, and we'll do that in the next movie.